This is news on Wider Media, and I'm Ohima Wider. Ghana's Ministry of Foreign Affairs has rescued more than 400 Ghanaians who were allegedly lured into fraudulent KillNet recruitment schemes in Cote d'Ivoire under the guise of lucrative job opportunities.
I rise to ask the Minister for Foreign Affairs what urgent actions the ministry has taken to ensure safe rescue and repatriation of Ghanaian youths who have been scammed and trafficked to Cote d'Ivoire and other neighboring countries by KillNet's squad. As I speak to you, a teacher who is gainfully employed had to be lured to sell his house and then gather money from family members. And as I speak to you, he is part of these people who cannot be found. The issue is we don't even know whether some of these people are alive or they are dead. So it is an urgent call on us as a country to make sure we get this. So, Minister, I want to know how we can get these things done and see whether we can get our people back in the country.
Mr. Speaker, in recent years, a significant number of vulnerable Ghanaians, particularly the youth, have fallen victim to the increasing activities of cross-border fraudulent syndicates operating in some African countries, including Cote d'Ivoire, under the banner of QuestNet International, popularly known as QNet. The syndicates taking advantage of Ghanaian nationals mostly comprise fellow Ghanaians who lure unsuspecting compatriots to supposed transit countries in West Africa. These countries include Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, Togo, Benin, and others, under the pretext of facilitating their further travel to France or other destinations in Europe or elsewhere for paid jobs. The traffickers entice the victims to travel to the supposed transit countries for the processing of their visas, as the procedure takes longer to complete in Ghana, where they are held captive in isolated locations and forced to lure their relatives and close friends as new victims into the criminal network. The following key points may be noted. According to the Ghana Embassy in Abidjan, the clandestine nature of the operations of the scammers and the silent arrival of victims in Cote d'Ivoire makes it challenging to determine the exact number of Ghanaians being held hostage in Abidjan and other Ivorian cities and towns. However, the mission estimates that there are over 500 Ghanaians between 20 and 40 years of age who are currently held in secluded locations across Cote d'Ivoire. Efforts are being made to bring them back home. Our mission in Nigeria, Mr. Speaker, has recently rescued and repatriated a total of 202 Ghanaians, 78 through the Abuja mission and 124 through the Lagos mission. The initial monetary commitments were paid to Ghana registered mobile money numbers, which are charged frequently. Victims used to pay between 18,000 and 35,000 Ghana cedis for the intended travel. However, recent schemes which advertise jobs in countries such as Canada, France, Belgium, and others require victims to pay between 30,000 Ghana cedis and 40,000 Ghana cedis. The scammers demand payment of half the amount to Ivorian numbers, after which they are requested to travel to Cote d'Ivoire to continue the process and pay the remainder of the visa processing fees. The majority of leaders of the QNet groups in Cote d'Ivoire are Ghanaian nationals. The actions we have taken, Mr. Speaker, so far include collaborating with relevant Ghanaian and Ivorian authorities, not leaving out Interpol and the ministries of foreign affairs in the affected countries. In the case of Cote d'Ivoire, and in the case of Nigeria. We continue to take measures to address this challenge with the objective of raising public awareness, bringing the traffickers to justice, and facilitating the return of the victims to Ghana. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ghana Embassy in Abidjan is collaborating with security agencies in Côte d'Ivoire to investigate the activities of the groups, rescue the victims, and repatriate them. Investigations have revealed that the majority of the leaders of the QNet groups in Côte d'Ivoire are unfortunately Ghanaian nationals, mainly former victims of the scheme who are indoctrinated, coerced, and trained to become leaders of new groups, some with the hope of recouping the money they lost. Together, the aforementioned institutions have conducted targeted joint operations over the years to rescue victims and repatriate them to Ghana. From 2021 to date, they have altogether rescued a total number of 230 victims. Available statistics indicate that over 30 victims were rescued and repatriated between January and March 2025. The embassy is collaborating with both Ghanaian and Ivorian transport operators plying the Ghana-Côte d'Ivoire route to assist in identifying and intercepting victims traveling to Côte d'Ivoire. The embassy also liaises with Ghanaian and Ivorian border agents to identify victims seeking to enter Côte d'Ivoire and prevent them from reaching their scammers. In addition to the rescue and repatriation exercises, Mr. Speaker, the Ghana Embassy in Abidjan has enhanced cooperation with the leadership of the Ghanaian communities in Côte d'Ivoire to create awareness in the various communities and among family members in Ghana with the objective of preventing further trafficking. Government is negotiating labor agreements with other countries to provide credible employment opportunities abroad for interested Ghanaians and thereby reduce the vulnerabilities that lure the youth through these trafficking schemes. A committee comprising some of the aforementioned institutions has met 4 times already since January and June 2025 on some of the draft agreements between Ghana and countries such as Kuwait, Italy, Germany, Qatar, among others. The ministry will continue to take necessary measures to ensure the public is well informed on this fraudulent scheme and ways to avoid becoming victims. I thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
What is your take on this QNet rampage? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget this is news on Wider Media. Stay tuned for more news.